In 2022, I felt a pulling sensation on my lower left abdomen. I didn't think much of it at first, but when it didn't go away, I decided to go for an ultrasound scan. The scan revealed a 2.2 cm of ovary cyst and was advised to go for a further assessment. My gynae did a scan and assured me not to worry, as it looks like a normal cyst. 2 months later, I returned to my gynae and the scan showed that the cyst grown from 2.2 cm to 5.4 cm. The gynae instructed me to go for a CT scan, and both me and my husband started to worry as the cyst grew a lot over a short period of time. And the CT scan result shows that there were about a 5.4 cm mass on my left ovary, and there were also some enlarged lymph nodes in my abdomen, and the mass was very bright, and anything above 5 for the SUV is worrisome, and my SUV index was 15.3. This looked like an ovary cancer with a minimum stage of 3. I was filled with many questions and many regrets. I asked myself why it happened to me. Why didn't I pursue to do the MRI scan early? All the missed opportunities to detect the condition earlier filled me with regret, and I was despair. We discussed with our oncologist and decided to treat the cancer aggressively with surgery and chemotherapy. A 6 hours of operation was scheduled. The plan is to go in and to remove whatever cancer they can see. Just few days before the surgery, one of our helpers caught COVID, and I had to be isolated immediately. That week was a living hell for me. My husband and I cried and cried. He was afraid of losing me, and I was worried that if I was gone, what would happen to my children? 2 young boys having to live without their mother. How pitiful it would be. The tears just kept flowing. And things just kept getting worse. There is a saying in Chinese, 屋漏偏逢连夜雨, means it never rains but pours. Days before my surgery, both my in-laws, my helper, my son, and my husband all got COVID, one after another, and my son was having his O-levels a month later. One morning, I opened my Bible app, and the verse of the day was from James. Anyone among you sick, let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord. I picked up my phone and I called some of my friends to tell them my condition, asked for their prayer and the support. And at one point of time, there were about 10 WhatsApp groups of my friends who were covering me in prayer. I was prepared to be strong for my kids. Whatever time I had left, I was ready to fight this cancer. I prepared a lot of hats, scarves, wigs. I declared that the Lord is with me. He will help me and uphold me. I went into the operating theater shouting out God's name and His promise over my life. I woke up in the ward not feeling a lot of pain, but I still didn't know what I had just gone through. I called my husband and he explained to me that the doctors said the operation went well, but they couldn't find any cancer cells. All they saw was inflammation and lots of pus. All the doctors couldn't understand how that happened because I had no symptom of inflammation, no fever, no pain, and the blood test shows no signs of infections. All the symptoms were in line with the diagnosis of stage 3 ovary cancer, but they could not find any cancer cells. Before the operation, I asked God to give me another 10 years of life so I could see my children grow up and graduate from college. In the end, He gave me more, far more than I asked for. This is the God we worship, and this is the God who loves us. I strongly believe that.